tonight. Evander joins us live from Atlanta now to talk about all of this. Evander, welcome to Wind Tunnel. It's a pleasure having you here tonight.
Thank you.
Let's start with boxing. I guess I wouldn't make much of a judge because the way I had it figured, you beat that big Russian in Zurich last December, and you should be 5-time heavyweight champion of the world. What do you think?
Well, I should. Sometimes decision go the other way, but I guess the most important thing is how you handle it.
And you've handled it by, what, trying to light up another shot at him, maybe?
Well, I'd get another opportunity, hopefully September or October.
Cool. We may come back to boxing, but what I want to talk about tonight is racing. There's a look at the big Russian right there. You beat that guy. How did you first get interested in NASCAR? When did your NASCAR racing? When did you catch that bug?
Well, I always liked, racing, but I didn't like going fast. But I guess just as people like boxing but don't want to get in the ring, I like the racing but not get in the car. I like to see someone else do it. And my partner, we came together in a golf tournament, and he asked me about it, and I kind of felt that would be a good match. So I decided that I wanted to do it.
So I got to believe that a guy of your celebrity and fame gets pitched all the time to be partners with everybody who comes down the pike. What is it about Eddie Smith that convinced you that this was a deal worth doing?
Well, with Eddie, we're kind of from the same cloth. The way he structured this thing, it was very comfortable. When something comfortable to me, then it's about giving someone else an opportunity. So when it came to giving Kenny an opportunity, I kind of felt that it was just the way of life.
So Kenny is a guy that you think can go somewhere? I mean, I used to watch his sister, his late sister, who died midget racing. I used to watch her race on the West Coast. Kenny won a Rookie of the Year award out there, but he's kind of knocked around. I mean, he's never had a full-time ride. Do you see him as a guy who's got a future then? Is he a contender? Put it that way.
Well, I truly believe that he is. I truly believe that just like in the game of boxing, it's fighters who hadn't been really getting the proper opportunity and didn't have the proper equipment. And so at this time, he get his opportunity to have good equipment, and the experience is on his side. It's just the opportunity of a lifetime for himself.
So what's your relationship with this team? Are you an owner? Are you a sponsor? Have you put up money? Are you lending your name? What do we call you when we talk about your role in racing?
Well, when you talk about role, I guess I would be a partner, and I think what I bring to the game, my experience itself, and the knowledge how to do things, and the attention that I bring to it, it's just good for the people. A lot of time being a family member, that's what I call it, pretty much, can you play your role? And I truly believe that I can play my role very well in this game, in this racing.
Evander, among those who offer commentary on your car's efforts this year, Brad Doherty, the ESPN analyst, came out of the basketball world to be a NASCAR car owner. Have you hit him up for any advice? Have you guys talked about making this transition, sports star to a NASCAR partner?
Yeah, we did talk a little bit, and he was just giving me some things that he did, and really with me. I'm pretty much just getting my feet wet. I'm taking in all the advice that I think I could use, and being able to ask my crew leader, Tim Wise, and because people who've been in the game pretty much can let you know are you getting good advice.
Tim Wise, of course, has a long history in this sport. I think he was crew chief for Kerry Earnhardt, if I'm not mistaken, when Kerry won his only, in the ARCA series. So he's a guy that you look to, based on his experience, his understanding. Let me put it this way. As you look out across that whole pit area and garage area of the whole sport, how do you figure out where your best advice might come from?
Well, I would say Tim, because he's been in the game longer, and he knows everything that I would need to know. And right now it's just sometimes it's just good for me just be quiet and just look and see. And in time I will know.
Fact is, quite a few athletes have tried this ownership thing. Most of them didn't last. Terry Bradshaw, Brett Favre, Dan Marino, Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, all come to mind. Although as I read that list, it occurs to me that maybe it's a quarterback problem. Those guys are all quarterbacks. In any case, as the latest athlete to make this transition, why do you think maybe they had problems, and how do you plan to do it differently so that it works out for you?
Well, I truly believe that, sometimes we have to take, 5 or 6 steps back. Some people are not able to, they've been leaders their whole life, then when it comes to stepping back, they don't know how to. With me, I know how to humble myself. I realize I don't know everything I know. And in a relationship, you have to get to know people before you start voicing your opinion. So, I'm pretty much good in holding my tongue and being patient enough to see the outcome of things before I start dictating and trying to tell people like I know more than them when it's just something that I just got into.
Patience will go a long ways in this business. If I could give you one word of advice, it sounds like you've already got that figured out. Patience is a good thing. We often hear that one of the reasons athletes want to be owners is that they're still competitive. They need an outlet after they retire. You're not retired by any stretch of the imagination. Am I right about that?
Well, I haven't retired yet, but eventually, definitely I will be. But you do look for things that you are competitive. I am a competitive person, and I do want to win. I do want to do something more than be the focus point. Being able to give my wisdom, my understanding what I did in the boxing game to how this racing track is, because in one way or another they're kind of similar. The person in the car is the brain, but the car itself is the body. And so so it's the knowledge that you have to operate the car. And just as well in boxing as me, my body is my company, but it's the knowledge of the game that I have to exercise to make the adjustment that's necessary to what to do at the different time. I've been in the game 38 years. So it's obvious that I had to make the adjustment that was necessary to be the very best.
Add us to the long list of people who welcome you to racing now, Evander. It's nice to have you as a member of the NASCAR community. We wish you a lot of good luck, and thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.